one of the, and we saw this in that graph, right, that in the transportation sector, there's a lot of private involvement, right? And I think that's critical because that has been one of the factors that has accelerated the development of transportation projects, because no longer are you a government department trying to manage hundreds of projects on your own, and you're constrained by bandwidth, so you can't really develop other projects. You don't have the money, you don't have the resources, and so you are developing slowly, like a few projects here or there. Once you have private participation, you're actually handing off certain areas and certain projects to the private sector and saying, you know what, I will do my projects, but in parallel you go ahead and do yours, right? So you're essentially bringing more people to the table, and that accelerates development, right? So there's been a lot of private participation in roads. Question people ask is, why should the road provider come and build roads, right? Obviously, if a private person has to come in, there has to be a profit motive for them, right? So private companies run on profit. So why does this person have to come in and build roads for us, right? And so you've got to find a profit motive for them to come in, right? So the traditional profit motive is to say, you build this road, right? In fact, I'm not even going to pay you to build the road, you build the road, right? But you charge a toll for people who are going on that road, and based on that toll that you charge, you actually make your money back, right? Most of you have taken, I think, a basic course on engineering economics, so you guys understand net present value, discounted cash flows, etc. Even otherwise, we'll do a quick summary in a few weeks from now. But essentially, that's the plan, right? The plan is, let the developer come in and build the road, right? Finance it using their own money, collect tolls, and collect tolls to a point where they actually make some reasonable profit. All right. So this is the theory. What that does is, the money that I have as government, I will continue to build roads, right? And there is no toll that I will need to collect, right? So I'll still go to a private fellow, but he'll just be a contractor. I'll just tell the fellow, here are the specifications, lay the road for me, right? So I can go to an L&T, I can go to whoever, right? In parallel, I can go to the private sector and say, here are some other roads that I was going to lay. I don't have the bandwidth to do it now, and I don't have the money to do it now. Why don't you guys go ahead and lay these roads, right? And you can collect toll, and we'll figure out a way in which we award these projects in some fair manner, and I'll get to that a little bit later in the class, right? And you collect money based on toll. Now, the big difference though is that this toll revenue is high risk or low risk or no risk, right? It is at risk. At risk, I mean, high, low might be subjective, but it is at risk, right? Because there's no guarantee that people will pay toll, all right? There is no guarantee that there will be enough demand, right? So today, we're all traveling between A and B because perhaps there is no other option available, right? Tomorrow there is a wonderful railway, rail connection that's built between these two cities, and these bullet trains are run, right? And people might say, look, it's just far easier for me to sit on a train and work for a couple of hours rather than sit in a car and drive that long, and so traffic might dip, right? So, and we can talk about, and we will in this course talk about n number of scenarios, right, where traffic might be affected, but tolls sometimes could be at risk. So the private sector sometimes worries about this and says, yes, in theory it sounds good, I'll make a profit, but in theory I may also not make a profit. And what's the fun in that, right? So then the government comes in and says, okay, you know what, let's do a couple of things, right? There's something called an annuity. Right? An annuity is essentially, in the rest of the world, these are sometimes called availability payments, all right? And essentially what the government says is, you build the road, right? Now, instead of you collecting toll from people, right, every 6 months, I'll pay you a fixed amount, provided you maintain the road to certain standards. All right. So I'm not going to spend my money upfront in building this entire road. You spend 400 crores, 500 crores, whatever it is, you build that road, right? And then I'll pay you periodically over a 20-year period. So over 20 years, you might have collected tolls from people. Now don't collect tolls, right? I will pay you a fixed amount, provided, right, you maintain the road to certain standards. So every 6 months, I'll come in, I'll inspect the road. And if the road, if the roughness indicators, this, that, all of that is, in order, I'll give you your payment. Right? So this way, you don't now you have no risk. You know how much it's going to cost you to build the road. Every 6 months, you know what the government is going to give you. Right? The only risk is if you feel the government might go back on its word. Right? But otherwise, if it's sort of set in contract, etc., there's really sort of no risk. So, yeah. So there are always minor risks, right? So the point Nandish is making is a good one, right? So essentially what he is saying is, I have budgeted a certain amount of maintenance into these roads, right? And then why do I need to maintain the road? Traffic goes up and down, you know, you have these big multi-axial vehicles that go up and down, and there's wear and tear on the road, right? I have estimated a certain growth in multi-axial vehicles, and I've estimated that once in 5 years I need to do a major maintenance, right? But it might turn out that there are far more vehicles than expected, and I need to maintain it once in 3 years, right? And so my maintenance cost goes up, right? So there are these kinds of risks that, you know, there are always some residual risk, but this risk is probably far lesser than the risk that I would never get anything in the first place, right? So this is one strategy where the government says, I don't have to pay money upfront, right? So you can actually build this road, because if you ask me to put in 500 crores, I don't have 500 crores today, right? So you build the road, and I will pay you slowly over a period of time, so that you also are not worried about the risk that you're taking, right? So this is something called the availability payment. Today we have something in India called HAM. Okay, anyone know what HAM is? It's called the hybrid annuity model, right? Some people say HAM is a sham, but essentially it's the hybrid annuity model. Okay, what is the hybrid annuity model, right? So essentially it's similar to the annuity model. It's similar to bringing in the developer, telling him, you put in your money, right? You build the road and I'll pay you periodic payments every sort of 20 years. I mean every 6 months for a period of 20 years. What the hybrid annuity model does is it says, I'll pay you about 60% of the total cost right after construction, and only 40% of the total cost or something like that will I pay you over a 20-year period. Right? So again, you more or less, you've spent a lot of money, you get a lot of that money back very relatively quickly. Okay, and then but you don't get all of it back. You still have to maintain the road in sort of in good condition, and over a period of time you actually get your money back. So these are all ways in which we do this. There are pluses and minuses. You know, people say, look, but the cost to the one of the concerns with the whole annuity availability payment mode is, today it's very easy for me to say, I don't have money. You do these 3 roads, you do those 4 roads, you do those 3 roads, etc. And then 5 years down the line, I have to pay you, I have to pay you, I have to pay you 3, I have to pay you 5, I have to pay you 6, right? And suddenly I have like too many payments that I need to make, right? And I might run out of money. So the question is, are we really just pushing away today's problems to tomorrow? From a financial perspective, does it really work out? Because this fellow has taken a loan at commercial interest rates, right? And he or she needs a payment with which they can repay those commercial loans, and therefore the amount that I have to pay him for him to repay, or him or her to repay, might be quite high. Right? So there are some concerns around annuity, and therefore at one point, one of the national highway schemes, almost all projects were done on annuity. Right? Now there are very few that are done on annuity, essentially for this basis. Another sort of variant of that is what we call shadow toll. Right? Shadow toll also, and it's been used in the UK in a few cases. The shadow toll method says the same thing. You know, you build the road, don't collect toll. Right? But I won't pay you a fixed amount of money either. Right? We'll count the number of people going back and forth on the road, right? So I'll just keep a count, and based on that count of people, I will pay you a certain amount of money. So it's almost like an imaginary toll, right? Which is why it's called a shadow toll. Every time a car goes through, the car fellow doesn't pay you 45 rupees, but I will count 45 rupees towards your name, right? Where that is useful is sometimes, you know, people have this mentality saying, oh, this is a toll road, that is a non-toll road, so let me go on the non-toll road, right? Because I don't want to pay this 45 rupee expense now, right? So now I'm saying, look, come on this road, you don't have to pay the 45 rupees, but if you go on this road, I will count, and I as government will pay you 45 rupees, right? So that's another strategy that people have used in terms of saying, okay, how can I provide, and sometimes the private developer is a bit unsure, am I going to lose people? What if people just sort of run off without paying toll, right? How do I really check all of that? And this is a strategy that says, look, you don't worry about those kinds of risks, right? So there are many of these kinds of models with roads. There's something called a viability gap subsidy. What that means is a developer looks at it and says, look, it's going to cost me 500 crores to build this road. But, you know, when I filter risks into the equation, I think about, I probably make about 420 crores. Right? So I'm really not comfortable with this project, right? Maybe there's a scenario where I could make 500 and 520, but essentially I feel when I do my risk calculations, I'll make about 420. So I want to sort of, I don't want to come in for this project. Now this government sort of thinks and says, look, if this guy goes away, then either I will not build that road or I'll have to spend the 500 crores. So what if I gave this person a sweetener? What if I gave him 80 or 100 crores and said, okay, here's a grant, right? I give you 100 crores, you put in, whatever the balance is, build the road and make your money, right? That way the developer only needs to put in 400 crores, right? It's a 500 crore road, right? 100 crores has been given by government. Developer puts in another 400. So even if you get only about 420 odd crores back, right, you're not losing money, right? So there's something called a viability gap funding. So the project is not viable because there is a gap. So that gap will be subsidized to the developer, right? So it's called the VGF, right? So these are strategies that have been evolved in the road sector, right, to bring in more private participation. Many of these strategies have also been used in other sectors. It's not that it's just annuities have been used in many other sectors, etc. But these are the kinds of variants. So people have said, look, I need more private participation. I need to incentivize these people. I need them to sort of make a profit, right? So let them charge a toll. In certain cases, we're not quite sure if the toll revenue will be adequate. So can we do an annuity? Can we do shadow tolling? Should I give this person a viability gap? And so on, right? And sometimes the bidding parameters, so to decide who builds my road, one way of doing it is to say, I'm going to, I want this road to be built. How much money do you want as a subsidy? How much money do you want as a subsidy and how much money do you want as a subsidy, right? So if you say I want 100 crores as a subsidy, right? That's what I need to make this project work for me. This person says, no, my construction is far more efficient. I can build it 20, 30 crores less, right? I only need about 70 crores as a subsidy, right? And this person is actually going to use lean construction and BIM and all the other things that we teach you in construction management and says, look, you know what? I only need a 20 crore subsidy, right? So then essentially I say, look, I'll award the project to you because you wanted the least subsidy. The viability gap that you asked for is only 20 crores. All of you are going to deliver the same project, but you only want 20 crores to deliver it, right? So I'd rather give it to you than pay 100 crores and give it to you or 70 crores and give it to the other person. So sometimes this is how the bidding works, right? We say this is the road, this is the length of the road, this is the quality parameter, right? This is the toll that you can collect. Motor vehicles, light motor vehicles, heavy motor vehicles, multi-axial vehicles, so many per trip, all of that is set, right? Now you tell me, right? How much do you want me to give you, right? In terms of a viability gap or in terms of a subsidy. And the fellow who wants the least subsidy, right, gets the project, right? In certain cases, right, the opposite happens, right? The private sector feels that the project can be superbly profitable, right? And therefore they say, you know what, I don't want you to give me a subsidy, I'll give you money back, right? I will pay you, you don't pay me 20 crores, I'll pay you 50 crores, right? And that's what's called a negative grant. That's what's called a negative grant, right? Where you essentially go in and say, this is the road, this is the toll road, etc. I want to figure out who's going to build it, how much subsidy do you want? And one of you puts up your hand and says, what subsidy? I'll give you money back, right? And if everyone else reacts the same way, then I'll sort of look at who's going to give me the most money, right? So you give me 60 crores, 20 crores, 100 crores, great, I'll take 100 crores from you and give you the project, right? So sometimes you have, so this is the way sometimes the bidding process works, right? In these kinds of cases where we say, okay, certain things are fixed, right? And here is what I want you to do. But there could be other bid parameters as well. For instance, you could say, there's no viability gap, no nothing, etc. You're going to build this road from here to there, this quality, all of that. This is the toll that you're going to charge. How long do you want to operate the road? Right? And you might say, I want it for 18 years. And you might say, I want it for 16 years. And you might say, I want it for 21 years. Right? So I'll say, okay, you only want it for 16 years, so I'll give you the road because then I get the road back after 16 years. Right? Because essentially the road is not owned by the private operator. The road is developed, they will collect some toll for a period of time, but the ownership of the asset is still with the government. So after they collect toll, they made their profit, government starts managing the project. So one way of doing it is to say, okay, you want 18 years, you want 21 years, you want only for 16 years, I'll give it to you. So there are many ways in which you could structure the bid process, right? So this is a bit of what's been happening in the roads sector on public-private partnerships. Again, we'll go through these a little bit more detail later. But one of the big issues with roads, there have been several issues with roads, right? One of the big issues with roads is, of course, land acquisition, right? And that's been a big challenge, okay? Because primarily we are a country, in India, we are a country where, we are heavily populated. Right? So wherever you want to build infrastructure, it's unlikely that you have fallow land that's owned by some government department that you can just take and build, right? It's often private land. It's often private land that people are using for some useful purpose. They're either living on it, they're farming on it, right? They're earning some kind of income on it, right? And so the question is, so you've got to acquire that land, all right? Now, in the Constitution, there is something called the principle of eminent domain. Okay. Simply put, what this says is, if a land is required for a public purpose, right, then the state has every right to acquire that land. In other words, you as a private landowner cannot say, I will not sell, right? If I as a private person come to you and say, please sell me this land, you are well within your rights to say, bugger off, I won't sell, all right? But if I as a government come in and say, this is for public purpose, I need your land, you cannot say, I will not sell. All you can do is negotiate with me on a fair price, right? Because the article also says that we need to pay a fair price, all right? Now the question is, what is a fair price? 4 times the actual price? Yeah, but what is the actual price? You're saying 4 times the actual price in rural areas. What is the actual price? Market price, right? How do you know the market price? All right. So if I had fair markets, all right, that would be fair, right? We know this land is worth so much, right? So I acquire it from you at that value, but I'll pay you a premium because I am inconveniencing you. Sometimes you even call it a solatium, right? I'm taking away land. There are also some, maybe your family has lived on this land for centuries. You have a lot of cultural, religious attachments to it, etc. So I'll compensate you beyond just the cost of that land, right? It can be 2x, it can be 1.4x, whatever. We'll work out a formula, right? But I'm assuming that we have a fair market. We agree on what the value of the land is, right? The problem is that is not as simple as it sounds, right? Because if I want to find out the value, see, I as a seller want a higher price for the land, right? You as a buyer want a lower price of the land, right? So we go in and say, look, you and I can't agree. Let's go figure out what the guideline value is, right? So let's go to the nearest Tahsildar's office and let's find out the last few land transactions, okay, and how much it cost. And based on that, we'll arrive at some, agreeable value. But what might have happened in these land transactions is, so I'm selling land to you. If I sell it to you at, say, 1 crore, I have to pay stamp duty on 1 crore. All right. So what if we cut a deal? And we say, you know what, I'll sell it to you officially, right, for 20,000 rupees, right? And we'll register it at that and I'll pay stamp duty on 20,000. And I'll send you a suitcase, okay, for 78,000, because the suitcase might be worth 2,000. Okay, so if you have these kinds, of course I'm exaggerating and caricaturing and all of that, but the point is the recorded value of the transaction might be well under the value of the land. And now it becomes difficult. If I as the government say, boss, the last 4 transactions have all recorded 20,000, that's all you're getting, right? That's the fair value, and with me there's no suitcase involved. Right, so here take your 20,000, you are livid because you know that the land is worth 1 crore, all right. So, and therefore there are discussions, right, there are negotiations, so you go to court, I go to court, people, and when there are multiple people involved, because you're not acquiring one person's land, when you're building a road, you're acquiring tens or hundreds or thousands of people's land, right. So those becomes, how you compute the value of land, right, become sort of very interesting issues, right, economically. Socially, there are a set of issues. Okay, so for instance, you have a road here that you're going to buy. So you've acquired, this land here. Okay, you've acquired this land here and this land here. All right, because originally this was the right of way available. You've acquired these 2 parts of land. All right. Now this is you with a Y. This is me with an M. All right. We've been, our families have known each other for hundreds of years. Right, and we're neighbors, we have exactly the same lifestyle, interests, this, that, etc. Some developer comes in, whatever eminent domain, whatever it is, and he buys it for you at some price. All right, and you're happy, you have money in your pocket, you've got to relocate, fine, you've relocated somewhere here. All right, but now this road has been built. What happens to the value of my property? Increases, right? So now my property is actually worth, right? And how fair is that? Right? What are you going to think about that? How are you going to feel about it? right? So from an equity perspective, right, again, this is sort of what causes a lot of these protests, etc. So solutions are tried out, right? So for instance, one solution that people have been thinking about is, can I buy this for, some money, but also give you some shares in the project company, right? This is a project company that's going to make a profit, right? Because I'm going to build this. What if I give you some shares, right? So as the project company does better and better, you get an extra income, right? So there are ways in which we are trying to sort of think about, or can I somehow link your payment not just to the value of the land? So the point is, again, what I'm trying to sort of say is land acquisition is extremely complex. First of all, finding out who owns the land itself is difficult, right? Titles are multiple, etc. Then what is that land worth, right? How do I equitably compensate, right? So not easy at all. All right. So environmental concerns, right? You're cutting off forest land, and how does that work? And these are again very, very difficult questions to ask. We'll talk about this specifically later in the class. But forests or wetlands or whatever, they serve a function, right? And if you take away that function, they serve a series of functions, right? They fix nitrogen, they aid percolation of groundwater, they they do so many things. They purify the air, etc. When you remove that, it's not just a question of some value of the land, you're actually removing services, right? And what is the value of the services is something that we really need to get down and think about, right? So there are concerns, and people say, oh, we don't really care about the environment, we're just sort of focused on development, because of which you have these floods and heat waves and all of that, and these things need to be thought about. All right. We've talked a little bit about problem with roads, particularly toll roads, is are people moving on them, etc. How do you finance? So the road agenda is not simple. Right, we understand there's a problem. We've been doing a lot, right? NHDP has built lakhs of kilometers of roads, right? We've tried out PPP, we've tried out government building it, etc. Right? But it's not been a smooth ride by any stretch of imagination. Even today, projects get delayed because I'm not able to acquire land, right? In fact, I'm on the board of a project company, right? And for obvious reasons, I'm not able to name it here. But this company that I'm on the board of was asked to build a road. Just this public-private partnership mode. Build the road and you collect toll on it with the promise that land would be given, right? Because as a private fellow, if I go and ask land, people might not give it to me. As government, if I go ask land, I'm more legitimate, right? So the idea was land would be given to me by a certain period of time, and I would build this road. What happened was land was not given to me, right? Because the process of land acquisition was difficult. And and from the government perspective, you're afraid that if you push the needle too hard, then perhaps you will face retribution in the next election, right? And so at some point, right, you have to think about that as well. So whatever it was, this land was not acquired, which means there is now a road which is a wonderful road, and then there is not so wonderful road because the land was not acquired, then wonderful road, and then not so wonderful road, etc. As a result of which, not enough people are going on that road, right? And the toll is not being, and this was a pure toll, no viability gap, no nothing, etc. Pure toll, right? I'm not getting enough toll revenue, right? But I have to pay my expenses, my subcontractor needs to be paid, my employees need to be paid, etc. So what do I do, right? So in this case, we had to go through arbitration, and sort of essentially, I think the project is being terminated and all of those kinds of things, right? But this is a typical case of difficulties in land acquisition, ridership, etc. And the project, essentially failing quite miserably, right? So lots of these kinds of difficulties. In fact, recently there was this whole committee that was set up to renegotiate road projects, right? Because hundreds of these projects, right, were in a terrible state, right? Where some fellow had said, we'll make so much revenue out of tolls, and the revenue that actually came out was a fraction. Partly that was also because some of the private developers were greedy and optimistic, right? Or they gave it to some consultant who extrapolated and said traffic will grow at the rate of 20% per year, and it didn't. In Excel spreadsheet, you can do whatever. Traffic can do whatever you want it to do, right? Unfortunately, it doesn't do that on the ground. So it's not that it's the government's problem. The private sector sometimes has been overly optimistic and been swayed by, oh, India shining, this, that, etc. So, right? If you read the newspaper, you will find a term called NPA. What's an NPA? Non-performing asset. Who has these non-performing assets? Who complains about these? Banks, right? Because banks lent money to these projects, right? And they're not getting enough money back, all right? Because of these kinds of reasons, right? So there have been committees set up to deal with these projects. What do we do, right? Can we change the terms, right? So that, the project can get better. So there's no way you're going to make your money in 15 years. Maybe I'll give you 20 years. Right? Maybe we should sort of give you some, so this negative grant that you promised, right? When I asked you how much money do you want from me, you guys said, no, I'll pay you All right, so maybe we need to rethink that a little bit. Okay, now that is also obviously difficult, right? If all of you bid and you said I'll pay you 10 crores, you said I'll pay you 40 crores, you said I'll pay 100 crores, and I went with you. And now if you come back and tell me I can't pay you 100, I'll only pay you 10, right? What is that person going to do? What do you mean? Right? I offered to pay you 10, right? And you didn't take my offer. How can you let this fellow do the same? So it's not that simple, right? So I've got to sort of come up with saying, okay, you've got to pay me the 100, but maybe I'll give you an extra couple of years to pay it. All right. So there are all of these problems that are being sort of, if you go and look at some of these committees that have been constituted, etc., you will find that all of these projects have come up there for renegotiation. This is something I pulled out yesterday, right? So this is a bit of a, sort of a scorecard. So just look at this. 2018-19, the target was 20,000 kilometers of roads were to be awarded to contractors to build. As of 30th June, we are at 892. Okay, half the year is done. Similarly, 16,418 of those kilometers were to be finished, or of not just this year's awarding, like this could be previous years as well, projects to be completed, right? Again, we are at 10%, maybe 15% maybe, yeah. All of these metrics, right? Look at the collection of toll revenue, right? Was supposed to be 8,000 crores, right? How much are we collecting, right? Fraction over 25%, right? 30% maybe, right? Close to 30%. Right? So again, there are challenges, right? So we are doing a lot as a country, but there are significant challenges, right? So yeah, so these are a bunch of, I've just sort of listed these down. I'll put these slides up and all of that. There's a lot of these learnings, right? I won't go through these slides. We'll sort of, we'll sort of flip through those. But essentially, from a roads perspective, there are a lot of these learnings, right? Essentially, what we have on those slides is what I've already talked about. Similarly, I mean, we're starting to build airports. Some of these airports, Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, again, we have private players building them. Chennai, we took a decision saying, no, it will be so on the public side, there is no state authority for airports, right? It's the Airports Authority of India, right? So either it's built by AAI, like the Chennai airport is owned by AAI, or it's built by a private consortium. There is a different rule for the airports in terms of the privatization. We'll sort of talk about Delhi airport a bit later in the class, but one of the ways the airport deal works is that if you have an airport, 74% of that airport is owned by the private player, 26% is owned by 13% by Airports Authority and 13% by Government of Karnataka, Government of Andhra, whatever, right? The reason being that in company law in India, if you own 75%, then you can actually pass certain things in the board, right? Whereas if you own less than 75%, others can veto. So to make sure that you don't have extravagant control, there is that sort of, that's why that funny number 74% is there. But it's not a pure private play. It's not like you get a private fellow and say, you own all of this for the next 15 years. Right? The airport is sort of a mix of public and private, and together that group owns the airport for about 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, whatever, right? Runs the airport, and which means they sort of provide spaces for shops and establishments. They provide gates for people to board and deplane. They provide the baggage handling system. They maintain the runway. They maintain the tarmac. All of that they do. As passengers, we often pay a fee. Right, so if you fly into or out of Delhi, it's a bit more expensive than flying in or out of Lucknow, for instance. They collect money from shops and restaurants that they rent space to. Airlines probably pay them some kind of a fee, right? So all of this put together, right? So there's a bunch of stuff that's happening in the air sector as well. Ports, we are blessed with a long coastline. The number of kilometers of coastline is quite long because we're a peninsula. So, and quite strategic as well. So Gujarat, for instance, is a wonderful staging point for ships that are coming from the west, right? And also is a great staging point for importing things from the Middle East, right? Gulf countries, all of that, right? So that Gujarat coastline is actually dotted with ports, right? There are two kinds of ports, major ports, minor ports. Again, there's a port trust authority that takes care of that, and now in Tamil Nadu, etc., we are trying to build ports up on the eastern seaboard as well. So ports, there are quite a few ports. Many of them are being done through public-private partnerships. So private organizations come in, they build the port, they charge the ships a fee, right? So the ship comes in, either it refuels or it loads and unloads. As a port owner, I promise you that I will do it as efficiently as possible. I'll minimize the turnaround time, right? In return for which you pay me a certain amount. right, and so there I can make my money as well. Railways, and we'll probably conclude with this today. Railways is one of our success stories. Again, some time ago, railways were terrible. They were bleeding money, etc. Then, of course, Lalu Prasad Yadav took over as railway minister, and of course he had some very smart people working with him, but essentially they did the wonderful things. They did tie up with private players, they started developing land, they reduced passenger prices, they increased the utilization of the bogie. Essentially the point was, why charge high and have things run empty when you can charge low, have freight running full and make more money out of it. So literally overnight, right, rail transformed from being a very sort of poorly run industry to actually something that many trains now these days leave on time, reach on time, and it's a good sign that trains are crowded, right, because a lot of people are actually using them, etc. Right. So that in a way is a snapshot of what's happening in transportation. Yeah, so we have road, rail, air, etc. These are the kinds of schemes. Private participation is quite important. A lot of work is being done, but there are challenges, right. We'll look specifically at case studies and we'll start talking about what will happen. All right. So I said we do transportation, power and telecom. We've only done transportation, right? Which means next class we'll start doing, we'll do some more of these going forward. But we'll stop here for today.